Hello everybody, greetings to the city of Tokyo. That's right, the Olympic host city right here. And today we're going to be looking at these two buildings, one on the right and one on the left. The Maru building and the Shin Maru building. They're kind of twins, you can see that right here. And straight ahead is the Imperial Palace where the Emperor lives. This is right in front of the Marunouchi side. Check it out. This is Tokyo Station behind me, the old historic building front. And over there I started off with is the Olympic timer. We're gonna take a look at that. But I wanted to start off this live stream because this is a safe area. There are more people than I thought there would be out here. But there are people around, but it's a safe area outdoors. Everybody has masks on. To see this art exhibition, which is on the front of these two buildings, and it's pretty extraordinary when you learn the history behind it, or the story. I put a link in the description so you can check it out and kind of feel like you're here in Tokyo too, in a way, by watching this and knowing the story. And I'll try my best to fill in the blanks here. Now, these two faces on the building they're calling them like super walls. And you can see that there's a design on it going all the way up. This has been something, an art project that's been going on for quite a while. It's suspended last year and brought back this summer for the Olympics. I'm gonna pan over to the other building now, and you can see there's another design. And I'll be able to get closer and zoom in a little bit more and explain to you what this all is. But this is one of the exhibits for summer 2021 here in Tokyo that is safe for me to bring you live because, as everybody knows, there's a massive surge in infections here in the city of Tokyo, and it's harder and harder to find places that are safe. I'm only taking my bicycle right now and avoiding public transportation, and this is sort of neat. And now these two murals here, and I think I can take you around this area and show you from different angles. Coming from the Tadanori father and son team, I believe. I don't know. I've just started to read his daughter. So Tadanori Yoko and Mimi Yoko are world-class artists. And Tadanori, he took part in the 1964 Tokyo Olympics as an artist for that event, and he's here in the 2020 Olympics too to do that. The history of this is the story. I put a link in the description. You can check it out here on this website. It's both in Japanese and English. It's part of the Tokyo Art Exhibition. And I guess a couple of weeks ago, you might have seen a hot air balloon on social media in the shape of a head. That's also part of, which is kind of creepy to see a head floating around the city of Tokyo. That's also part of this Tokyo Art Festival that's going on here. You just have to kind of search them out and see what you can find. Now, these are on large glass walls of the Marunouchi building and the new Marunouchi building called the Shin Maru and the Maru building were chosen as the venues because of its proximity really to Tokyo Station, and it's highly visible. I mean, it's like right there. They're both together. It's kind of amazing. And this area of Marunouchi is known as is one of Tokyo's art hubs, so it's kind of a cool thing. There's a video here that you can check out. There is some history on them as well. And this is the first collaboration between the parent and the child, which is pretty cool. I like that. And why is this connected to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics? Because Tadanori was part of the artists for the 1964 Olympics, and now his daughter, now the 2020 Olympics. It shows you the generational connection between the 1964 games and the 2020 games for people here in Tokyo. Now, with the pandemic, it's not the same as it was in 1964, but nevertheless, the games are still going on. So one of the exhibits, I'm going to let you guess. One of them is sort of air and one of them is water. And you can kind of guess which one is air and which one is water by just showing you as I pan up on the building. Hey there, Pixel. Sean is here. WRX Turbo's in the house. Nice to see everybody. Welcome. Click that like button. Beautiful blue skies here. It's kind of hard to see. I wanted to come on a cloudy day so there was no reflection. Hello, Richard. How you doing, Dan? panning up on it. It's really remarkable. Now it's hard to see on the camera here, I think. It's much better in person. Sakura, much appreciated. Big thumbs up from Europe over there. Introverted Otaku, hi John. So beautiful out there, wishing I was there. I wish you were here too. It's kind of quiet. All right, I'm gonna go towards here. This is the Tokyo Station Hotel, which is kind of pricey. If you search on like hotels.com or booking.com, you'll find that this place is like $500-600 a night. Must be nice in there. One day I'll have to stay there if I win the lottery. So from this angle, I think we're going to be able to get a better view. Taking on a massive project like this, I can't imagine how much time it would take to do this. This is considered one of the largest artworks of its kind, another kind of first. So you won't find too many murals. Imagine a tapestry. There's no castle with a wall this big. Imagine. And I think when visitors come to Tokyo, you're not going to get a chance to see this. So it makes this pretty special. I'm just going to pan up now. I'll zoom in as much as I can. There might be some digital, like a couple of steps forward. Some digital aliasing, which takes away from the detail of it. But you can see the intricacy of this mural. The design is beautiful as I pan up here. This is the side of a building, and it goes up 150 meters, I think. That's a massive mural. Wow, this looking up, this is about where I was bungee jumping about half a year ago, all the way up to the top of the building. Whoa! It is really pretty. I'm gonna come back down. Again, I wish that the sunlight was coming the other way. It's a little darker than I was hoping. Maybe the HDR will kick in. So this one, is this water or is this sky? It's hard for me to understand, but I like this style of urban art. I didn't know what it was until this morning when I started searching what events are actually taking part in the city that I can go to. This is one of them. This is one of them. There's really, besides the installation, the installation that I took you in Nihonbashi a few days ago, this is one of the other ones. Everything else has been suspended or canceled, which has left me in limbo, meaning, I don't know, there's not that much to cover. Tomorrow, I'll be taking you to the BMX venue. Maybe Peter's gonna come along, but because of the outbreak that we're having right here, the I guess you would call it a surge in infections, we're trying to be really careful. Again, I'm going everywhere by bicycle because I live pretty close to all of the venues. Now, moving to the new Maru building. This is the newer of the two. Both those buildings are pretty similar, meaning they have the same face on it, except the new one is a little bit darker. And you can see, I'm gonna walk towards it. Wow, this one looks, I don't know, which one is father and which one is daughter? I think the answer to that you're gonna see on the website. So I do hope you click it and look for more information on it. This one looks like maybe it was the father. I don't know. Is this Tadanori's or Mimi's, his daughters? Just gonna pan up here, check it out. Wow. Just the details of it. Every bit of the window has something on there. I guess this is gonna be water? And the other one is sky? Not sure. Chi Channel writes in, this is the water. Excellent. You can go up there onto the deck and take a look down on the Tokyo Station. There's some really nice restaurants up there, but this might not be the time. I'm looking right here and I see one of the many Tokyo 2020 cars too. They ferry around journalists and other people into the Olympic Village from venue to venue. And there's a fleet of these cars from Toyota, which came for free for Olympic use. I think they're hybrids. And they're all over the city of Tokyo. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, Toyota, I guess, donated as they're one of the worldwide sponsors for the Olympics, and donated the use of so many cars to use, which I think is good for the brand. You're only seeing Toyotas around on the streets. Not a lot of other makers. Is this say -7 days? This is really funny. It says minus. It just says the date. No, it's not a minus. It's the date. It's July 31st, 1:53 p.m. right now. It was like before that. It just turned into a clock. Before that, it was a countdown. I'm gonna look on the other side, and it's gonna show you the countdown to the Paralympic Games, which I've said many times I'm more excited about. 24 days until the Paralympic Games. That's pretty cool. I didn't donate my old phone to the medals. I don't want to do that, to be honest with you. I keep my phones as monitor screens for other things. Just let's look one more time at this art exhibition before I take you around the city a little bit. Or I take you around this area. Again, like on the app here, it's a pretty cool website. You can see the images more clearly here, and how the project was made. Pictures of the artists, and there's his daughter Mimi. I like that, like handing down the legacy from 64 to 2020. It's called Universe Cosmo Power, and see here, innumerable entities make up the vast universe and continue to grow endlessly. So I guess you see what is sort of chaos of the universe within this artwork, which is pretty cool to look at. The Tokyo Festival is pretty cool, but I never know when the festival is taking place. Sometimes I see it on social media, and by the time I do, it's over, which is kind of a shame here. Cobra Bebop's in the house. Can we get an 8K video of the building if possible? I can do that. I came here for another reason. I'm going to be putting this is Todd's postcard in Florida. So Todd, this is coming your way, buddy. And you also have a Pikachu stamp up here. This is the last day to get this postcard and these stamps. I have a bunch of Pokemon stamps still available. So if you go into Patreon, you can get yourself one of these postcards, and I will send you a Pokemon stamp. I still got a bunch of them. And the postcard is pretty good too. It's got some history on the back of it, as well as other photos to help explain where this castle is, which is part of the Boshin War, where the samurai and the Japanese government were at battling one another. This is a key site for that. Let's walk around a little bit, and I'll take you to the post office and put this in the mailbox. But I want to show you something else that's so cool related to the 2020 Olympics and what the post office is doing. If you win a gold medal, apparently Japan makes a stamp after you. And they've just announced in the main post office here, because this is where Japan's main international post office is for the city of Tokyo. They announced the medal winners and then the stamps that are going to be forthcoming in their honor. And we can go take a look at that. Some of them have already been started into production, which is super cool. All right, now we're getting closer to the art exhibition. I'm hoping that 5G is bringing clearer images to you. In the past, that has not been the case. This is right outside. The Imperial Palace would be straight ahead, and this is right in front of the Marunouchi side of Tokyo Station, an area that I brought you around so many times before. There's the International Post Office right there where I send a lot of packages and postcards, and here's Tokyo Station coming right at you. And in about 3 years from now, which seems like really far away, we're going to have a brand new building that's about 380 meters high, I think. One of the tallest in Japan, I believe, right there on the skyline. It'll be eating up this chunk of sky. So we're about 3 years away from starting to see it rise into the sky. I think it was supposed to be done 2027, I believe. Tokyo Flame or Tokyo Torch. I forget the name of it there. Yeah, the torch, right. That's so sad. Look at this tour bus, completely empty. It's a hop-on, hop-off bus, but there's no tourists, but they're still operating. Now, I think a lot of these buses are still being used. Oh, there's one over there too. Are being used to ferry vaccination patients, people coming here to get the vaccination at the mass vaccination site in Otemachi, which I brought you to when it first opened up about a month and a half ago. There's a Yamanote line running by there. It is very eerie. A lot of the public transportation, there's nobody on it. So all of these people here, I'm guessing they came by subway or they live here, like me. There's 2 people on this bus that I can see. No, one person and the driver. That's pretty incredible. Now, this is the foot traffic for the Olympics in one of the busiest spots of the city. It's pretty crazy. This is light, but I don't know. I'm split. I mean, part of me expected nobody to be out here because of where we are in the pandemic. But a part of me also understands this is the Olympics and there should be a lot more. There's a brand new Apple store across the street there. And there are some, I don't want to say museums, but I guess they're like exhibition centers where local artists can feature their work. Marunouchi being a location, it's close to the Emperor's Palace, so that means that a lot of prestigious businesses are here. Here's a map just to show you exactly where we are. So I started it right in front of Tokyo Station. You can see with all the train lines here. The Marunouchi central entrance is right there. The countdown clock is right here above ground. And underground, there's a lot of shops as well. This is the Maru building and the Shinmaru building where the 2 art exhibitions are taking place. And I'll pan up right now. That's right there. So I walked across here, and now we're heading over to the post office, but I'm gonna take you a little bit around this area. And first I'm gonna show you inside. There's the Imperial Palace where the Emperor lives. So here, a lot of buildings, a lot of law firms, older companies, accounting companies are here located for generations because this is prestigious area. That's a really old Benz, isn't it? You don't see too many Mercedes-Benz station wagons. That's a pretty cool looking one. Awesome. I love the hubcaps and the color. Whoa. Very cool. The driver waved. How you doing? Very cool. All right, I'm gonna put this in the mailbox for Todd. Thanks so much, Todd, for being a member of the Postcard Club. I try to do these on I try to do these in the live stream because it's kind of fun to see where the postcards were delivered from. This one's going right here. All right, headed to Florida. All right, I'm gonna show you right now. Hopefully the 5G connects to the 4G automatically. Check out the gold medal. The gold medal winners getting their own stamps right here. Look at that. So this is in judo. Aaron Wolf, whose father is American, won the gold medal in judo 100 kilograms. And it's been a long time since Japan won that. So it's nice to see Aaron Wolf gets his own stamp. Very cool. And you can see here all of the new stamps, the swimmers, the skateboarder. Oh, that's awesome. That's super cool. And ping pong as well. Table tennis. Get their own stamps. And there's 25 series now, and there's enough for a bunch more. Very cool. So I want to show you what I got for the Postcard Club next month. It has to do with the 2020 Olympics. So I just bought 500 stamps for postcards for next month. Check it out. So there's the commemorative stamps for the 2020 Olympics right here. There's 3 stamps, 2 for the Olympics, 1 for the Paralympics, and they highlight the sports as well as the year. And this will be on next month's postcards, which is pretty cool. So one last final goodbye for the Olympics. Even though we finished the first week and we have one more week to go, I got a bunch of these for the next postcard, which is going to be pretty cool. I usually send them from right here. The manager knows me quite well now, and last month he put a special stamp highlighting the city of Tokyo for a lot of the postcards. I don't know if he did it for all of them, but they even have LCD monitor post boxes now, which is pretty cool. Post office is competing pretty strongly against international email and digital mail. I still like to send postcards to people. You come out of the post office and then you look up and you see an art exhibition. It's just so cool. I'm so glad the city of Tokyo does these things. There's another artistic place. I can't actually take you into a lot of the venues of the Olympic Games, right? It's really hard to go around. I'm gonna do my best. Tomorrow, I'm gonna take you to the BMX racing venue. I've actually been there last year, right before they canceled the Olympics, and we were kind of teeter-tottering if they're going to do it or not. And the venue was overgrown with, hey, Nakmui Jam, how you doing? The event was grown over with weeds. Okay, a lot of the venues were in bad shape, and I went back there by bicycle not too long ago, and it's so nice now. They finished it off. Once the Olympics were canceled, they stopped work on everything, and now from the Yuri Kamome line, you can sort of see into the BMX event. But tomorrow at 11:20 a.m. Japanese time, they're going to be doing the finals for the BMX, the men's finals in one of the events. And I'm going to try to see what I can see and go to the venue myself and take you with me. So you're going to want to click the subscribe button and join me for that live stream. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to do that. Now you can see the two buildings side by side, like brother and sister, the Maru building and the Shin Maru building. Both of them with the super wall on it, a brand new art exhibition, which is, I think they called it the largest mural in the world. I think they said that. So if you're not looking at it, you wouldn't know. Shooter FPS, thank you. All right, so there's my bicycle right there. My bike's just hanging out in the corner. It's cool. There's not a lot of people around here. So for the next 10 minutes or so, I'm gonna take you around the city of Tokyo's Marunouchi area to a venue where the weightlifting competition is taking place. It takes about 5 minutes to walk over there. So let's walk around the post office building and see what we can see. There's some interesting sights around here. Tiz writes in here, John, you're the only YouTuber I know that does amazing 1 hour long live streams. It's very inspiring from you, and I can't get enough. Thank you as always, Tiz, thank you. Sorry if there's a lag, everybody. I'm gonna see if I could turn off the 5G and just stick to 4G LTE. I'm not sure. I think the 5G is not so good for live streaming. I thought by now that they would have 5G everywhere to the point where you would never have a bad connection. That was the goal with the Olympics, but that's not the case. We've seen a lot of lag. Another reason I like to walk around aimlessly is that there are supposed to be driverless cars around and experimental stuff going around the city. But since the government is telling people not to, I don't know. This is my neighborhood, so it's not like I'm doing anything wrong by walking around my neighborhood. I'm a local, but they're discouraging people from traveling around too much, understandably. But there is no lockdown, and you just have to be careful. I got my second vaccination shot a few days ago. Trust me, I'm still feeling it. Robin writes in, no lagging. Thanks for that. The updates that you give me about the quality of the stream is important, and I can try to make some changes. This is Tokyo. This is I guess you would call it one of the central business districts between Marunouchi and I don't know, if you keep going this way, Akasaka and Roppongi is in that direction. Taranomon. You'll have a lot of government offices between here and there because it's around the Imperial Palace. And when you get to Akasaka, and by the way, this is the Hato bus, tour buses. You just come out of the Tokyo station and go here, and you can jump on a tour bus. It'll take you around the city for a really cheap price. Whoa, that looks like one of those mafia cars from Grand Theft Auto. Hey, Shohei Ohtani alert. Bloop, bloop, bloop. He has been featured in so many advertisements. Check it out. Now he is part of Mitsubishi UFJ Bank. I can never say it. Tokyo Mitsubishi. They dropped the Tokyo. Now it's just Mitsubishi UFJ Bank. And Shohei Ohtani is represented very well right now in advertisements. So his annual salary might not be good, but he's making the bucks here in Japan. Another reason why he always talks with a translator. He doesn't want his Japanese sponsors, I'm sure, to see him as changing over to being American. I'm sure he could speak some English enough to do interviews, but Ichiro is the same way. Ichiro raked it in with the Japanese promotions by being a guy dominating Major League Baseball in another country. Shohei Ohtani has become the new Ichiro. He plays 3 miles from my house right in Carlos Mitchell's. That is pretty awesome. I was thinking when Japan opens up of making a trip up to the high school area where Shohei Ohtani played and see what we could see. I'm sure he's considered like a god status in that town now. This building across the street is very historic, made in brick, very similar to Tokyo Station. It's been renovated by, gosh, I can't remember the company name, but inside is a museum, and a lot of weddings take their pictures here. Now, Kanai's sister got married earlier this year, but last year I helped to take some pictures of her and her husband, or fiance, in front of Tokyo Station's Marunouchi side, which is where we were, because the architecture is so beautiful. That's where you'd want to get your picture. But also, we came over to this building because there's some beautiful gardens on the inside of it, but there's no signal. I've already been there. It's like a dead zone. Speaking of dead zones, if you look straight ahead, this is a closed street, one of the busier streets too, because of the venue for weightlifting. This is the International Forum in Yurakucho, and you can see there's some police officers standing here. I came here about 3 weeks ago, but now you can see just how strict they are with entry. So the bubble is real. Let's cross the street. There's one of the police vans. So if you look here, this street is closed between July 1st and September 30th. And pretty much wrapping around the entire International Forum. So we can go down this street a little bit, but right here is a Shake Shack hamburger joint, and I can't get my burger fix now. That's a massive shame. Yeah. All right, let's keep moving. Well, there's a chef making deliveries. You'll see some very high-end restaurants that make delivery to special customers, especially businessmen that might be in these offices. And you'll see the head chef himself get on a bicycle. And some of the chefs are really famous in this area. They get on a bicycle to make the deliveries to high-paying clients. And they only do these kind of deliveries to special clients who have been with them for decades, maybe. It's pretty cool. Every now and then you'll see a chef and go, oh, I know that guy. Service is everything, and the humility of having the boss make a delivery from a famous restaurant to you will keep you a customer for forever, I think. Japan does have Shake Shack, and it is pretty good. So this is the venue for the weightlifting, I believe, and right now the events I think they're going on or they just concluded, but we can't get in here, which is a shame. Now, typically, if the event was going on, I believe we would be able to walk in there, but we're not allowed to do that today. There's a lot of police presence, and they're really just making sure that the traffic is going in the right direction because of the shutdowns of the roads. There's the Shinkansen that just slinked past. Oh no, that's the Narita Express. A lot of those Narita Expresses are pretty empty too. They even have a fence around the building. To me, this is pretty bizarre. Not only do they have fences like right here, these blue ones that keep us from walking any further, they have fences around the building itself, which I guess keeps the athletes in. Just recently, we saw some of the international media from Europe outside their hotel talking loudly without masks. It was reported by Japanese media, and I believe the IOC is going to come down by deporting them or something. Something's going to happen to them. But you can see they've actually taken some of the weights from the weightlifting event and put them here to make sure that these fences don't collapse over. It's pretty cool. No, these aren't actually from the event. I just made that up. It's pretty cool. All right, let's cross the street again. So this is the weightlifting event. There's a guy asking an officer for directions. Again, you don't know how to get around. This is one of the big shortcuts that I would take right here on the side. Do you see this here? But you can't go down this road because it's blocked off. But there's a sidewalk on the left side of it that you can walk and ride a bicycle on, but they're very strict with the road. Even this is an Olympic car from Toyota, one of the ones that goes around taking people. They don't even know the road patterns so well, so you'll see a lot of people asking for directions and how to get in and the right way to bring people in. Hey, Irvin finally got both the package and the postcard right on the last day too. This is the 30th or 31st for you. I think every fourth car is an Olympic car. Once again, tomorrow I'll be taking you to the BMX events around 11:15, 11:20 in the morning, Japan time. Oh, the Yamanote line's sporting some ads. I've seen a couple of wrap trains where they put anime or some sort of design around the Yamanote line. During the Olympics, the marketing budgets, the marketing costs went up, but because of the cancellation and the lack of riders, I'm not sure if they refund the money. Do they? Imagine investing so much, like a couple years in advance, and then nobody's seeing your ads. Now, I always get a super chat from some viewers that know what I'm about to pass on the left side. And one day in the future, when I come here, I'm gonna have to step across here. I'm gonna take you down this alley. It's kind of closed right now. You see the Shinkansen going by there, but if I walk down here, a lot of new restaurants and businesses have opened up after the renovations underneath the Yamanote line for structural integrity. To make sure it's stronger in the next quake. And I want to show you some of those restaurants underneath the Yamanote line between here and Yirakucho Station. It's pretty amazing. But with all the security and stuff, I don't think a lot of them are open, so there's not a lot of point in showing you that. But I'll be back and show you that, because it's just really interesting to see a slice of Japanese salaryman life when there are people working here. These restaurants are full of businessmen going out to dinner, getting business done. This is Viron, which is one of the more authentic French bakery cafes in the city. There's one in Shibuya and there's one right here. And this is, konnichiwa. There's one right here, and they have very good milfeuilles or milfies. I forget what you call them. Really good French pastries. I'll ride my bike past here, and if I see something in the window, I jump off my bike and run in and get it before it's sold out. Hey Trevor, I'm looking for a vending machine, but a lot of them have been taken away. I think there's an apple juice vending machine down in the basement. Should I jump in there, do you think? Wow, there's some security over here. If I jump into the basement of this area, I can get into some of the vending machines, and that might be really interesting. Let's see if I can do that. So extended live stream brought to you by Trevor Beck. Thank you. I'm gonna go get the drink underground. And yes, I am thirsty. I'm dying here. They do have a Starbucks over there. An iced coffee would sound pretty good, but I'm trying to stay away from crowded places. So I'll go underground. That's where all the vending machines are underground. All right, so extended live stream. Thank you, Trevor Beck. For those coming here to look at the art exhibition, you can see them now once again on the side of the new Maru building, the new Marunouchi building, and the older Marunouchi building. Father and daughter art exhibition about the cosmos. It's pretty cool. Considered to be one of the largest tallest murals in the world right now, 150 meters high. This has been planned for the last 2 years, and it was suspended last summer, because they wanted to release it during the Olympics. I like that story, how the father was an artist for the 1964 Olympics, now connecting with his daughter. You can see the design right now on this building coming into view. I like that story very much. Whoa, this looks like a Batman bike, Batmobile bike. Look how thick those tires are. What? That must be harder to ride. There's even a child seat on the back. There's a child seat on that. Boy, maybe Leo will like me more if I take him on the Bat bike. It's pretty awesome. My bike's pretty weenie looking. And this thing broke too. I had to duct tape it. It's not quite as cool. All right, let's go down and get our drink. PC Gamer's looking for ice cream. Just don't keep me going much longer. I gotta get back home. I'm actually trying to finish off an edit, seeing what I can piece together with missing scenes. Now the JR Shinkansen trains are kind of empty right now too. Not a lot of people are traveling because of the pandemic, definitely not coming into Tokyo. Some of the areas have issued state of emergency declarations, which just doesn't really mean that much, but it just indicates to the public, just take extra precautions, and some businesses might close early. That's finding a vending machine. They're all underground. Fingers crossed on the signal. I know the 4G LTE is pretty strong down here. We're gonna have to get an electric bike because now that we have a son, he needs a boost. Kanai's gonna need a little bit more power riding the bicycle up hills and stuff. All right, there are the vending machines. You see them? There's also an Olympic store, so I'm gonna go check out to see if I can get an Olympic t-shirt for Kanai. She asked for one. I guess now that the Olympic Games are going on, nothing good there. Now that the Olympic Games are going on, a lot of people are excited here in Japan. The gold medals racking up by Japan, very close to China and the United States. It's kind of boosting the morale of people here. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Oh, there's the Apple vending machine. Boom. I love Aomori. Dun, 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 dun. All right, we got a lot of different kinds of apples here. There's the Tsugaru apple, which is sweeter. There's the Tamarin. I think that's Jonathan apple. Here's a Jonathan apple, Jonah Gold. And there's a Fuji apple. So what do you think? Which one should I get? It's up to you. Up to you, people. Get the red one. What does that mean? All right, they're all of equal price. There was one that was double price. All right, Fuji apple. Okay. All right, I guess we're gonna get Fuji. Oh, that looks sweet. 100% apple juice. I've already done the taste test of this before, so don't. I'm not gonna do more of this taste. I actually have a complete episode dedicated to this. All right, itadakimasu. Ah. Oh, that's sweet. That's really sweet. Wow, that's refreshing. Thanks, Trevor. I appreciate that. That's a good selection. What else we got in the machine next door? Nothing too special. It's a little bit cooler underground too. You can get into the Marunouchi building from here as well, but I'm trying to stay away from crowded places and indoors, so this is about as far as I can get. It's pretty empty. You can see inside of the basements of Tokyo Station here. Not a lot of people. And you can go underground all the way to Yurakucho this way. All right, let's get back up to the bicycle. I think I can go through the, I think I can try to show you something, but I don't know if the signal's gonna take me there. There's a, underneath the post office building, there's a dried foods shop that's dedicated to weird dried foods. So hold on, I can try to bring you there like really quickly. This is extended live stream brought to you by Trevor Beck and Irvin Irvan. All right, not that many people. The post office building is called KITTE. And I've been lost underneath here so many times that I now know my way around. I don't know how the signal is. I hope the 4G or the 5G is even enabled, because it's a little bit better when it's not going Minecraft. I expected a little bit more Olympic decoration down here. Jotty's writing in, signal's okay. All right, there's a lot of strict procedures here. Social distancing and hand sanitizing. So let's do that. Okay. Here's a natural Lawson's. Whoa! Lawson's upgraded their coffee machines. You can get freshly ground coffee. There. Okay, I'm gonna take you around here. Hopefully the signal stays in a little bit stronger. Right around the corner here is the Amano dried foods shop. And I can show you that just quickly, okay? I've put some of these in our daimyo packages on Patreon before. And I have a point card. Some of the staff know me because I used to walk underground to, oh, there's a shop. Used to walk underground to Yurakucho Station to send postcards. Wow. So they have curry dried and okra soup. And edamame soup, which is my favorite. All right, this signal's lagging pretty bad. All right, let me get out of here. So that's the shop, and Yeah, I'll probably see what they got later, because for sending things in packages, dried foods are pretty good, like freeze-dried foods. So you just have to add water. Japan is maybe the king at freeze-dried foods. As you know, instant ramen is freeze-dried. So that's what I've sent before. Sorry, it's at 1:44 p. Let me get back into a place to get a better signal again. I'll go up this escalator and we'll be back to the bicycle. Thank you to our super chats for extending this live stream a little bit longer. I appreciate the juice. And I don't see any ice cream, but I'm gonna be on the lookout. Maybe I'll get something at Lawson's near the BMX event tomorrow. Thank you, Peso. Up we go. Oh, it's nice and cool in this skyscraper building. But because of the pandemic, I want to get outside real quickly. Welcome to the KITTE building. This is a beautiful spot for the... Oh, what's this? Beers and Spice? What? I'll be back. That's an idea. If we can get to... That's an idea. All right. If we can get to 500 likes right now, I will show you the roof of this building. 500 likes right now. Do it. See if we can get there. Community challenge. If I take you to the roof, there's a garden, and you're going to get a pretty good view of Tokyo Station. Maybe catch some of the Shinkansen, and we're going to look at that art exhibition from the roof here. 500 likes. Come on. We're at 382. The race is on. 399. 414. All right, the signal's gonna die out because as I go in the elevator, by the time I get to the 5th floor, let's get there. 450. 451. 455. Elevator's opening. 464. 478. 483. I think we're gonna do it. 492. I think we're gonna do it. 497. 510. Thanks, everybody. How cool. All right, let me take you to the garden now. We get to get a nice view of the city of Tokyo Station and the art exhibition up here. Whoa! Teamwork. That was like an Olympic sport. We were racing. All right, follow those people. Whoa, we got a better view of the art exhibition. Wow, that's really cool. I'm glad I came up here. Feels like we're got a better angle of it. But I also like to look down from here. I've been coming here more and more that I learned about it. This is where I've been walking around bringing you those station live streams from right here. There's Tokyo Station, the Marunouchi side of it. And there's the counter right in the center of your screen, the countdown that we've been looking at for the last couple of years to the 2020 games. And now it just marks the time and date. So if we walk around here, I can show you the Shinkansen. And you can see the city of Tokyo still under construction. if you're coming for train watching, this is the train spotting, this is the place to come. Here comes the Tokaido Shinkansen into Tokyo Station right now from Osaka. And looks like the Tokaido line. And there's a Shinkansen taking off. Last time I was up here, I saw Dr. Yellow taking off. That was awesome. I started freaking out because that's one of the rarest things that you can see. It's a yellow Shinkansen train that checks the integrity of the train lines after earthquakes and disasters to make sure that there's nothing wrong for safety reasons. Yeah, it's real grass. It's real grass. So there you have it. That's pretty cool. I really appreciate you all joining me on this live stream, sharing with me some of the only exhibitions that I can see as a result of the state of emergency. There's not that much I can do, but I can bring you here because it's outdoors and it's pretty cool. There's the Yamanote line coming in. I'll see you tomorrow. BMX event live stream incoming. And I'm gonna try to do a Twitch live stream this weekend too. It's been a while. And then get I know I've said that many times before, but try to get some sort of a schedule for that. You can see across the way the restaurants and little park that they have up there on the, I think it's the 6th or 8th floor of the Marunouchi building, the new Marunouchi building. But it was this that brought me here. The art exhibition called Super Wall, between a father and daughter. The father, an artist for the 1964 Olympics, and his daughter, Mimi, now designing something for the 2020 Olympics. And that's pretty cool to see the generational connection here in Tokyo. Thanks, everybody. Super Wall. That's right, Glenn. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day. Stay safe, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peter might be there, too.